Scorpio, hi, Maya here, and this is your love reading for July 2021. So, first and foremost, I want to thank you guys for your likes, your shares, your subscriptions, your beautiful comments. It really warms my heart, so thank you very much. So all the general readings for July 2021 are now up, so please check them out if you want to, and we'll start straight away. So I'm going to do a past spread, and then I'll do a spread for you and one for your person. So let's start, Scorpio. Alright, you have the Five of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, and the Moon. Let me just clarify. Bottom of the deck you have Death, your own major arcana, Scorpio. So I'm going to get it out, and the Hierophant as well. That's what I'm hearing. Let me get just clarifiers for the Five of Wands, the Man of Wands, and the Moon. Right. So Scorpio, what I'm getting for this connection or this relationship you're here about is that there was a lot of conflict in the past due to the fact that you guys couldn't get to your harvest. You know, with the Five of Wands, it's conflict, it's competition, it's petty squabbling, maybe bickering, a lot of infighting. It's not major with the Five of Wands, but it keeps recurring and it does hurt the relationship. And it has to do with the fact that in this relationship you couldn't get to your harvest. Something was, maybe there were delays. You had planted your seeds, they had blossomed into this beautiful shrub, but it wasn't time yet for harvest. And before you could get to the harvest time, all this conflict happened, this competition, maybe people getting into your business, or you listening to your own shadow aspects of fear, anxiety, insecurities. And so it's like this relationship could never get to its best time. It was stalled before it could really get to the harvest time to for you to really enjoy the fruits of your labor within this relationship. However, you have the Three of Wands right here, and the Three of Wands is always your ships coming in, right? And it's exactly that again. It's like something happened, conflict happened, some kind of separation maybe, or some kind of emotional distance, arguments, you know, that kind of thing happened before the ships could come in, right? You had to then work on yourself, your own self-realization. You had to work on yourself as an individual first, before really getting to maybe getting back to this relationship or closing it for good. We're gonna see that in more detail when I do your spreads, but you had to work on yourself, your own independence, your own financial independence, your own emotional independence, your own physical life, basically, where you don't need anyone. There's no codependency in the Nine of Pentacles. So it's like you had to work on yourself first before this relationship could get to a better place, a higher place of commitment, you know. And as we saw, we have your major arcana, Scorpio, Death. So this connection had to go through a certain amount of transformation, and you had to get to your authentic self. You had to get to your authentic self, right? leaving all codependency behind, maybe codependent tendencies, self-sabotage tendencies, before this really could go all the way, right? And this would have been a long time coming with the Nine of Wands, the wounded warrior. You really didn't give up on this at all. You didn't. But there were so many experiences that you had to go through in this transformation period around this connection, having to do again with codependency, having to do with maybe toxic dynamics between you guys, having to do with unhealthy attachments that you had, each one on their own. And now maybe it's time for communication with the Page of Swords, the messenger. And for the longest time you couldn't see way forward. You had to deal with your own ebb and flow, your own tides of subconsciousness coming up to the surface to be healed. And now it's judgment judgment day, when something that really seemed to be dead is resurrecting for a new incarnation. It's like there's a new judgment call here on this connection, after maybe a time of separation where you had to work on yourself, when you couldn't for the longest time get to actually see your ships come in this situation. A long time of toxic dynamic as well, a long time of transformation, not seeing a way forward, things being a bit like a mirage in an illusionary state. And now it's time for a new beginning, right? With judgment. It's Phoenix rising up from the ashes, and this transformation being completed. Maybe now a higher level of commitment can be offered when you couldn't get to that before. So that's in the past, Scorpio. So now I'm going to do your spread on the right hand side and your person on the left. Please feel free to switch sides, as it is completely interchangeable and it's not gender specific. Also remember that this is a general reading, so it might not resonate all the way, or maybe not at all. So take what resonates and leave the rest. So Scorpio, the way you're showing up in July is the Two of Pentacles. The way you feel about your person is the Ten of Swords. Yeah, intense. The way you think of them is the Queen of Pentacles. And the way you feel about the whole situation is the Emperor. Let me get just one clarifier for the Two of Pentacles and for the Ten of Swords. The Devil again, and the Five of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles. Wow, right. Bottom of the deck you have the Six of Wands. Now I'll do your person, Scorpio, with a different deck to see mirroring energies between you guys, if there are any. So the way your person is showing up is the World. The way they feel about you is the Ten of Pentacles again. Wow, in the same position. Here's a major mirroring energy between you guys in the same position. The way they think of you is the Chariot. Wow, your person is amazing. I mean, they're in a very loving place when it comes to you, Scorpio, that's for sure. And the way they feel about the whole situation, Sean, the whole situation, sorry, I'm in a silly mood today. It's Justice. Wow, they have 3 major arcana for 4 cards. And bottom of the deck they have the Sun. Wow. 4 major arcana for 5 cards and the Ten of Pentacles. Wow, your person is solid. Please feel free to switch sides, but I'll start with you on the right. So the way you're showing up, Scorpio, in July is the Two of Pentacles. So you might be feeling overwhelmed, a lot of emotions taking place in your emotional body. see these ships on these huge waves. So a lot of emotions that are making you feel out of balance. You feel like you have to juggle a lot. Maybe you're being overwhelmed. Maybe you have two sources of income that you have to juggle, or you know, you might feel out of balance here in the sense that, to be able to keep juggling these pentacles, to keep them in the air, you have to step on one foot and then on the other, doing this balancing act, right? And you might be feeling overwhelmed when it comes to your emotions having to do with this connection with this person. And again, it's clarified by the devil. So card of Capricorn, Major Arcana, it's like lingering in your energy field. There's still a little bit of this toxic energy or dynamic that you had with your person. Maybe in July, even if in the past you were working a lot on your codependent tendencies, or on your unhealthy attachments, addictions, whatever it may be. It can also be temptations, right? The devil, being tempted by things that are not exactly good for us, and hence unhealthy attachments. So maybe in July this is flaring up a little bit in your energy field, even though you've been working at that for the longest time in the past. But there's a flare up here of these codependent tendencies, of this toxic dynamic, and it makes you overwhelmed and feeling out of balance. The way you feel about your person is the 10 of Swords. So yeah, the 10, whatever happened, it is the end of it, because it's a 10. It's the completion of the Swords suit. So the worst is definitely behind you, but you had hit rock bottom in this situation. You felt stabbed in the back, maybe betrayed, not necessarily literally, but maybe in your emotions, in your thoughts, because it's Swords, air energy, right? But you had hit rock bottom, that's for sure. You were really suffering in this connection at some point, but it is a new day. The really dark part is over. The darkest, it's always darkest, the last hour before dawn is always the darkest, right? But there's a new day, a new dawn here. You have felt left out in the cold, right? On the outskirts looking in, you felt like they didn't have your back, your person. However, you feel absolutely that they are your person, your long term person. You have no doubt about that. You want to build a whole life with them. You want the whole 9 yards with them, the whole shebang, right? The 10 of Pentacles, the estate, the grandparents, the kids, the pets, the white picket fence, and it's an absolute card of abundance. So you do know that you want this legacy with them, that you want to build generations with them, you want kids with them, but somehow you still feel very hurt, and you still feel like they don't have your back, which is extremely contrasting and contradicting with the way you think of them, because the way you think of them is the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles is loyal. She has your back. She's a very wise investor. She's a savvy person. Again, it's not gender specific, and feel free to switch side. But the way you think of them is as someone very loyal, somebody who has your back, somebody who you can count on, wife material. Again, not gender specific. But the way you feel lingering in your energetic bodies and in your emotional body is this toxic dynamic, where you feel overwhelmed, where you still feel very hurt, betrayed, where you feel that they don't have your back, even though you know that they are your long-term, your life partner. And the way you think of them is absolutely as a very trustworthy person. So you have very contradicting feelings and thoughts here in July, Scorpio. But the way you feel about the whole situation is that you want to take charge, right? Again, we're talking about a very solid energy here. Major Arcana, card of Aries. You really think of them as solid, as natural, as being a natural born leader, as having wisdom, as being somebody who can initiate things and execute and just be very solid and trustworthy, somebody who can take charge. You think of them like that, and that's how you feel about the whole situation. You know that this is solid, you know that this is a connection you can count on, but it's like you have no choice but to feel this feeling. It's like a healing crisis where all your feelings of insecurity, anxieties, all your core wounds basically are acting up on you. And this Ten of Swords, even though it's, really is the end of feeling like that, but you still feeling it. And the Five of Pentacles, but you absolutely know that this person is solid. You know that your connection is solid. You know that they are loyal, devoted, and that they have been very patient with you and nurturing this relationship. So, yeah, contradicting feeling, contrasting feelings. You're in the middle of contrast, but really at the end of it, in the middle of that, but the end is coming because you have two tens, and you also have the Six of Wands and the World. So yeah, it's the end of this big karmic cycle between you guys. Some of you maybe, I'm not sure, we'll see when the outcome comes. Some of you, this would have been too hard and you won't be able to get over whatever happened between you guys, but some of you will absolutely, and start a new cycle with this person. And this triumph, this success, this recognition, being victorious over past obstacles, over adversity, that's exactly what's in the cards here for you. But there's still so much hurt in your emotional body that I'm wondering if you'll be able to get past this for some of you. But for some of you, you absolutely will. You will absolutely will close this cycle, and you're gonna be victorious over past adversity with this person. Now, your person is showing up as extremely solid, and that's why I'm not surprised that you're thinking of them as the Queen of Pentacles, and that the way you feel about the whole situation is the Emperor, which really shows the sturdiness, the solidity of this connection, because your person is showing up as the World. So they feel like you are the world to them, Scorpio. Really, you are their world. And they also somehow think and feel that this is the end of this cycle between you guys, and you have a major mirroring energy here. You have the World and they do have the World as well. They're showing up as the World, so they do think it's the end of this big karmic cycle between you guys, this big soul contract I'm hearing, and that it is time for a new beginning between you guys. I mean, having the World as a mirroring energies between you guys really, really tells me that it's the end of a cycle and a beginning of a new one between you guys. This card says a very happy ending, coming full circle, spiritual growth and insight. Absolutely. This whole cycle was meant for you guys to get the spiritual insight, the spiritual growth, each one on his own, and now it's coming full circle. A very happy ending, and that's what they're feeling, that's what they're all about, and that's what they're hoping for, I'm guessing. The way they feel about you is the Ten of Pentacles, and you also do feel that they are your Ten of Pentacles, so you both know that this is long lasting. I mean, there's no two ways about it. You both know that this is generational, this is your life partner, that there's so much abundance to be had here. You have the Ten of Pentacles in the same position, in the way you feel about each other, so you absolutely know this is your life partner, whether you or them. The way they think of you is the Chariot, so they want this positive movement forward. Major Arcana, card of Cancer. I mean, they have the World in how they're showing up in July, and the Chariot in how they think of you. So they really want this cycle to be over, and they really want positive movement forward in this. And we're talking about two major arcana here, and you have they have Justice as well in the way they think of this whole situation. So wow, and we have the Sun. I'll get to that in a second. So guys, they really are trustworthy. They really want positive movement forward. They really want this big cycle of separation or emotional distance to be over between you guys. They really want that. They're all about that. In July, I mean, I cannot say it enough, cannot stress it enough. The Chariot says determination and self-control, career advancement, acknowledgement of success by others. They haven't, while all this was happening, they didn't sit around and mope, they didn't do that. They really worked on themselves. They really had positive movement forward and success in their own lives. And now they want that with you. They want to share that with you. Absolutely. There's no two ways about it. And the way they feel about the whole situation is justice, another major arcana, card of Libra. They want things to be balanced out. They want you as well to get your balance back in this situation so you guys can move forward. They absolutely want that. And when you have the Emperor and how you feel about the whole situation, they are absolutely solid. I mean, come on, look at that. They have the World, the Chariot, and Justice, 3 major arcana, and the Sun. I mean, and the Lovers. Are you kidding me? And the Lovers. You could be dealing with a Gemini, or Leo, or a Libra, or a Cancer, or a Capricorn, or an Aries. All right. And look at that. Look at your person. You please feel free to switch sides. Maybe that's you. Scorpio, absolutely, really wanting that, but they want it badly. Look at that. They have the Lovers, and the Lovers in the traditional Rider-Waite deck is exactly the opposite side of the Devil card, right? You have two people, one divine masculine and one divine feminine, but they are overseen by spirits, so they are showing up as the Lovers, as really having healed their own codependent issues or tendencies, their own sabotage, their own unhealthy attachments. They have healed that. Make choices from your heart, deeply emotional commitments, the power of love. Absolutely, that's exactly how they're feeling about you. Oh my God, really. They have the Sun. Life is wonderful. Thrive through the power of positive thinking and inspiring success. They are all about success. They are all about showing you how much they are solid, how much they are healed for you, how much they have healed and progressed and spiritually grown on their own, and just wanting you to leave all this hurt behind, all this toxic dynamic behind, and just reach the same level as they are at, the same level. Fight for justice and equality, rulings made in your favor. Don't give up. They are not giving up, as you are not giving up. Absolutely, Scorpio. You still are more mitigated than them in your feelings, let me say that, but they are solid. And they want happiness. They want the whole shebang. They want justice to be served, and they want this new cycle finally to begin between you guys. Absolutely. So let me get you guys a potential outcome for July. But let me tell you, Scorpio, your person is solid as heck. They are the real deal. And they're just waiting for you to get over whatever hurt happened in the past. I'm not saying that it was small or anything, or that you didn't go through the ringer. You did. But they're there. They're waiting for you to get over this. They really are. I really. Alright. So let's get you guys potential outcome for July. Two more shuffles. Here we go. Alright. The Hangman. The King of Swords. The Tower. Wow. And the Five of Swords. Still this conflict within your mental body. Alright, let's get clarifier for the Tower and a clarifier for the Five of Swords, Ace of Swords, and Six of Wands. Great. And Death again. You Scorpio. Every time I see the signs major arcana in their own reading, it really means to me that this is all you are all about this. You're all about this connection. You've had to go through a major transformation, but it's all about attaining your authentic self, your highest good here. And okay, so there have been delays. There have been delays in you Scorpio, maybe still not wanting to address things head on, maybe not wanting to communicate yet, but there's clarity that is coming. There's integrity in the situation, and there's communication that needs to happen that does away with all the delays that you keep on instigating, Scorpio. That's what I'm getting, that the delays are coming from you. Please feel free to switch sides, but that's what I'm hearing. And you need to communicate now, to address things head on, to be clear, and to talk with integrity in the situation. This big Tower moment that happened between you guys is coming to a close, as we saw, and there's an epiphany, a breakthrough. You were shaken to the core. This connection was shaken to the core. There was divine intervention to do away with either a flawed past foundation, or foundation that you guys outgrew. And now there's this breakthrough, this big epiphany, this big aha moment that is coming. And I think there will be communication. And so there's this mental conflict, right, that you have, Scorpio, and I'm really seeing you having it. But you're going to be victorious over that, victorious over past adversity, and finally being able to address things to align with your highest good. This aha moment, this breakthrough that leads to victory in this situation, transformation being complete, and you really attaining your highest good. That's how I'm seeing it. So I hope this helped, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for passing by. Bye.